What's up YouTube? My name's Cody. Welcome to my channel. Today is going to be a little bit different of a video. Not going to really be up closing and talking about this, talking about that. I'm just going to kind of sit here and talk about a few things that I don't really have too much that I want to review or that I'm comfortable reviewing just yet. So I'm more or less just going to talk about a box that was sent to me. Going to talk a little bit about the Mutation XV4. I'm not really going to review it for final thoughts or anything, but I'm going to talk about it a little bit. And there's a few other things that I'd like to talk about, but we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. I got this unregulated 18650 parallel box mod sent to me from an eBay seller. And I'll have everything written in the description, but it's a really good box mod, and he was selling them for pretty cheap. If I'm not mistaken, the price he had this one set to was $55, and which is a really good deal. The only downside to the box that personally I think is a downside is the fact that it doesn't have a voltmeter installed, but to some people that's not even a big deal. But I'm just going to run down, give you a few specs and everything. Let me just look at my notes I've got pulled up. Really good things going on inside this box. The wiring is a little, it's not really as good as the BC box mods wiring or everything. A little bit, everything's kind of looks more garage made, and that's fine because the box performs extremely well and fits in with the price as well. But a few specs: it is a Hammond 1590B box, so it is a little bit bigger. I wish he would have used the G boxes. The B seems a little bit too big for what he's got going on inside of it, but he has a 40 volt 343 amp MOSFET. I'm not too sure what all the specs and everything. It's a 108 NC, a 1.7 M ohm MOSFET. So for those of you who actually know what the fuck that is, there you go. It has a 16 millimeter stainless steel momentary flush push switch, and he also has a Keystone battery sled in it, which of course is good, and he does have it marked for the parallel or series, whichever configuration you would get it in. He's using a Fat Daddy Vapes V4 floating 510 connection. Also, he's got a 15K resistor, of course used for the MOSFET. A lot of people don't really know that those are there, but they are needed. And he's got 14 gauge braided copper wire throughout, and it is magnetic, and he's got neodymium magnets for the back door, which are pretty strong magnets. Now, like I said, he was selling it for $55 whenever he sent this one to me, and it's just there's nothing fancy going on to the box. It's just a 1590B box that's been sanded down, and it's just normal stainless looking box. But the switch is very, very, very nice. It is one of my favorite switches I've ever had on a box mod in general. And it's held up. I mean, everything's held up very nicely. Haven't had any issues with it. Nothing failing, the switch not working. The 510s, of course, the Fat Daddy Vapes V4 510. And everything I've used has sit flush on the device. Now, I mean, honestly, guys, I would review it, but it's just a box mod. That's all it is. It's just a 18650 dual 18650 Hammond 1590B box. It's got a MOSFET, good things. He's kept up with everything that's new and good with the boxes. So everything in this is going to be high quality. But I mean, other than that, like I said, the voltmeter is the only thing that's really missing, and with that I feel like he could tack on, make it $60, $70, and it'd still be a great price for the device. Now performance wise, here we go, let me just show you real quick. It definitely performs like a good box should, and for the price it's about half the price of any other box mod you'll find. My BC box mod, pretty much the same exact thing, except it's got a voltmeter, and they charge $105 for the box. So, I mean, it's literally half off, pretty much. It's $50 off, and really good quality here. A few things could be polished on, but other than that, I mean, I had no complaints. The box was really good, and I'll have his eBay listed in the description. Now, I haven't seen him post up any more for sale yet, but I mean, of course, as soon as he does, I will update it in the description and let you guys know what ones he has for sale. But other than that, there's not much else I want to talk about this box. It's been a good box. The switch is nice. The 510 connection is nice, floating, and yeah, wired in parallel, so you get good battery life, good power. Next thing I want to talk about a little bit is the Mutation X B4. I did my first look at it a few weeks ago, and I haven't been using it as much, so I haven't actually got to get as many opinions on the device. But right off the bat, I'm just going to go ahead and say it is a cloud chaser's dream. I've got a .12 dual 20 gauge 6 wrap on here on a 2.4 millimeter screwdriver, and it's working beautifully. Now, there are a few things I've noticed already that I dislike about the Mutation X. One is the O-rings. I'm gonna be honest, they're shit. They're bad. They're not good in my opinion. They're very weak. I mean, look at that. It's just like the lightest amount of force can pull it right off. And I mean, the drip tip and everything's on there good, but the actual base with the triple O-rings, you'd think that they would be pretty strong and hold on well. But I mean, it's a really, I mean, there's like nothing holding on to it there. It just pops right off. So don't expect to be able to pick your Mutation up by the top cap, because that's going to be a no-go. I'm sorry. The build deck, it's a dream. It's T-post design. The post holes are fairly wide. Fit 20 gauge in there, no problem. So if you're somebody who doesn't actually go out and build a lot of coils, then you'll definitely have no issues with it, and I can guarantee that. The airflow options, pretty neat. You can block off the bottom ones. You can close off the top ones and leave the bottom ones open only. There's just a lot of different ways you can use it, and I think that's definitely something that sets this RDA apart from the rest. That's really all we have to set them apart and make an RDA unique nowadays, is just the amount of options that you get with it. Everything's so standard now. You get 3mm post holes, 4mm plus decks, juice wells, and you get a triple post or you get a quad post, which is just the T-post design. Now, like I said, that's kind of the airflow options, and the design is really all you're going to be looking for lately with RDAs. There's not really any unique features going on. I mean, there are some 2-post RDAs, but I mean, other than that, there's everything's really the same, just with a different logo on it, and sometimes different top cap designs. But the Mutation X B4 so far is a good RDA. I just wish the O-rings were a little bit tighter. Right now I'm using it with all the bottom airflow holes open, full open, and I've got one set of the 3x3 airflow holes. I've got one set of them closed off, and it's vaping really nice. It's really airy, holds up to the .12 build, no problem. And let me take a vape real quick. It's a really enjoyable vape, and I mean, for the price point, if I'm not mistaken, it's $25, maybe cheaper now. It's been a while since I've looked them up, but $25, even if it's gone up a little bit more, I would justify $30 to $35 for the RDA. That price seems good for the RDA. I mean, when it came out, $25, it was a steal. I had to get one immediately, and honestly, I haven't regretted it. But sorry, I've got some fresh coffee over here. But I mean, the RDA is really good. So I mean, if you're looking at one and you're thinking of getting it, I'd say go for it. Just know going into it that the O-rings are shitty. They're bad. They're bad O-rings. If you've got spares laying around, definitely use them. But that's it for the Mutation. Another thing I would like to mention is there's a juice company that I have really been enjoying, and that would be Shijin Vapor. They sell some kind of crazy juices. But right now my favorite one is the Tiger's Blood. They did change the name, it is now Tiger's Milk. It is a peach milk tea, and when I first heard of it, I didn't want to touch it. I wanted no part of it. And it was a shame because it was a 100 ml bottle, and I didn't know, I didn't want to waste it. So I tried it, blew me away, absolutely blew me away. I've loved it. Another thing other than the Shijin Vapor is my channel. When I started out, I didn't have really any subscribers, and I still don't have that many, but I have hit 40 subscribers, which is not a big deal whatsoever. But I am excited that people are catching on to the channel and that people are subscribing. It means a lot, it really does. On YouTube there's so many people out there doing the same exact thing, and it just makes me pretty happy that people are enjoying my content and definitely are liking, sharing, commenting, being active on my channel, because I'm really doing this just for you guys. I'm not getting anything whatsoever in return for it. Everything I do have, I get out of pocket. This box was actually the only thing that I've ever been sent that I didn't have to pay for out of pocket, and I'm not expecting things for free. Things for free would be awesome, don't get me wrong, but I'm not expecting it. What I do get, I do want to put out, reviews on and give you guys ideas of what you would be getting. And I do need to keep up with, I want to do a battery video in the near future because I feel like that's important. I feel like it's definitely something that needs to be talked about. A lot of people are really skeptical about super sub-ohm building. Once you go to, I know whenever I first started, I was scared of a 0.25 build, but I've been vaping wicked sub-ohms here lately, in the 0.0, 0.1s, in that area, and I just really want to get it across that it's not as dangerous as you would think. If it is dangerous, it is user error. It's not really a thing that's the batteries can't handle it. It's just sometimes shit happens, and that's really all it is you just gotta watch out. You've got to be very comfortable with building and knowing what you're doing, and everything will pretty much be fine. You just got to know your limits, and you got to stay within those limits. Now, again, talking about the channel, I haven't been as active as I should be, but honestly, like I said, everything comes out of pocket, so I can't really, spend $100, $200 every couple of weeks on the newer things that are coming out, which leads me to my next thing. I really am interested in looking at the Velocity RDA. I've seen great reviews on it so far, and it seems like something that I would really enjoy, using myself. Now I found a clone of it. It's fairly cheap, and I'm thinking about picking it up. I would like to know if you guys are interested in seeing the video. Another thing is the Twisted Messes RDA. I'm very, very, very interested in looking at that RDA. It seems like it would be great, and I really want to get my opinion out there to you guys and let you guys know what my personal thoughts are on it. So as soon as I get the money to pick those up, those will be coming out. That definitely will be something I'm going to have on the channel. Alright, but other than the shout outs for Shijin Vapor, which, like I said, I really strongly recommend checking them out. They're about average price, $12 for 15, about 20, 22 bucks for 30, and I'm not sure how much their 100 mils are. I actually don't even know where you can pick them up, to be honest. But other than the shout outs, the Mutation XV4, the box mod, I just really want to thank you guys for all the support that you've gave me so far, and I hope to see the channel grow even further. And I really do appreciate it. All the likes, shares, comments, everything, just keep them coming. I will reply, and I do see it all. So definitely, comment if you have any questions. Mention anything that I may have messed up on. I am not perfect. I might get some things wrong here and there, so correct me if I'm wrong. It's all about getting the right information out there. But again, thank you guys, and I'm going to go ahead and end this little vlog. I'm going to end it now. Not really too much else I want to talk about yet. So until next time, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and keep on vaping, guys.